What's up, family? It's your man, Mark Black. So now that I'm not as heated, not as agitated, I really wanted to address uh, this situation with our sister Korryn's murder. Um, First thing that I wanted to say right off the bat is I'm actually shocked at the number of comments that I've received on my video. For the first time, I've actually had trolls on my channel. Whatever. Um, so I've got a few items here that I'd actually like us to look at, family. That we, just in the way that I do, right? I come to you and we look at this stuff together. But there's some key things that we need to get out of the way right off the bat. Okay, so we can be clear as to what exactly is going down. Okay, we need to understand right away, immediately, that we are already in a race war and we're losing it because we're still waiting for it to start, whatever that's supposed to mean, right? I mean, we've been here in this country for 397 years. 397 years. And we are still living under the same oppressive bullshit that we were from the beginning. No question. No question. Okay? So we need to accept that. We can't even have an actual discussion on the correctness or incorrectness, the rightness, the wrongness of anything that either Sister Korryn did or any of the other individuals that have experienced their deaths at the hands of the police or any other arm of white supremacy in the wilds of the West, without accepting those two statements. We are already at war with them. There is no "a race war is coming." That's bullshit. That's denialist bullshit. We are already in a race war. We're losing it, but we're in it. And we have been. We've been here for 397 years in the same shit. In the exact same shit that we were when we started. Whenever we have a conflict with somebody or something, right? We all pick our battles, right? You pick your battles. I pick mine. Our sister Korryn picked hers. From what she's seen of this system, of this culture that we exist within as prisoners of war, right? On enemy claimed territory. She reached that core point in her mind, that river Rubicon, if you will, right? That beyond that point, there's no turning back. In her mind, she said, here and no further, right? She had reached that point beyond which any action she took in resistance to her oppression was justified. We can sit here and armchair quarterback now that our sister has passed on. But what's the point? Does it really matter that we agree with her chosen tactic? Does it really matter? She chose it, and she, you know what? Let me calm down. You can argue where we can have this discussion that the tactic that she chose was not a good one, right? We can have that discussion. We can have the discussion that the way she chose to meet her oppressors in resistance was not the way you would choose to meet them. We can have that discussion. But none of you And I mean, none of you have the right to say that this woman was crazy. She was not insane or crazy to resist her oppression. What's crazy is living under a system for 397 years that has meant nothing to you but pain, suffering, destruction, chaos, murder, rape, theft, looting, you name it, and not do anything to try to get off from under it. I am truly, truly, truly upset at some of the comments that I've been reading online, but not from the pale people. I'm not upset with them at all. I expect the pale people to be cop apologists. I expect them to accept the official narrative served up on a platter. I expect them to gobble that the fuck up. Right? I expect them to malign the sister's character, to justify her murder. I expect that from them. I have to say, though, that I'm actually shocked, and not in a good way, at the level of vehemence, disrespect, and out maligning of our sister's character, not by the pale people, but by many of you, especially you black men. Or let me rephrase my statement, you black males. Because at this particular point, it's questionable to call many of you men. The same men who, if a brother step on his tennis shoes, or if a girl talk up too loud and call him a bitch ass nigga, he's ready to knock her teeth down the back of her throat or kill his brother. Right? But when the pigs come into your neighborhood, when they come into the neighborhood and they start running their Gestapo tactics and doing all the bullshit that they do, y'all run and hide like bitches that just got smacked across the snout with a newspaper. These pigs have lied to us on the daily, family, on the daily. They've lied to us. As a matter of fact, let me give you a helpful rule. All of you who are sitting here saying all these horrible comments about Sister Korryn, let me give you a rule to follow that will help you, right? Let me give you a code to attach your erratic and skittish ass behavior to. How do you tell when the police are lying? Because their mouths are open. That's how you can tell. If their mouths are doing this, they're fucking lying. If there's sound coming out, they're lying. Period. Man, you don't need to guess nothing else. If the motherfuckers is communicating or talking to you, they're lying. Yet, when Philando was murdered, y'all were all gung-ho, ready to be in the streets. When Alton Sterling was murdered, y'all was all gung-ho, ready to be in the streets. Now Korryn is murdered, and all of a sudden she a hoe. She a dumb bitch. She insane. She suffered from lead poisoning. She wasn't about shit no way. She was a crazy little sovereignty-minded field hood rat who didn't know her ass from a hole in the ground. These are comments I'm hearing and seeing not from the fucking pale people, but from you. From you. Ya Allah. So, yeah. Masculinity, you ain't got it. You ain't showing it. Leadership, you ain't showing it. You got not a fucking leg to stand on at this point, black males. I love you enough to include myself in that number. So I'm not going to throw all this shade at you and not take responsibility myself for failing my sisters and my children, right? The children. I'm going to own that too. That we're failing them. You know, brothers, when are we going to just go ahead and admit that we scared? When are we going to go ahead and just admit that we know that the United States military spends more on arms and weaponry and training and all that shit than the other 6 nations after it combined. And this includes China and India, whose population is 10, 11, 13 times ours. Right? When are we just going to admit that we scared? That we ignorant and we don't know what we want to do to fight them? We know we got an itch somewhere deep down hidden behind our little inner bitch. But we don't know what to do and we scared. So when are we just going to come out and admit that we scared, that we're ignorant as to how to go about resisting them? And then get together and organize and learn what it will take to resist them so that we can defend our sisters, our queens, so we can defend our younglings, right? The little baby royals. You know what I mean? When are we going to come together and do that? Or are y'all just going to sit there and act like bitches forever? You know, take your little nigga trinkets and consider all the bodies dropping as the cost of doing business. Which one's it gonna be, fellas? Make a choice. Which one is it gonna be? Let's own up to the fact that we've been scary, acting like little girls, scared of the big bad white man and what he gonna do to us, right? Are we gonna own up to that? Are we going to own up to the fact that we don't understand the 2 most fearful words in the English language when it comes to fighting white supremacy? That we don't understand asymmetrical warfare? I'll say it again. Asymmetrical warfare. Are we going to admit that we don't know how to engage in that on every front, whether it's through the use of arms or whether economically or whether educationally, whether legally? That we don't understand the proper tactics and strategies that derive from those tactics when it comes to asymmetrical warfare? Are we going to admit that and start learning what it takes to fight and win? Or are we just going to sit back and, you know, and dumb bitches always standing there? I've seen more women, more same gender loving, lesbian, transgendered, bisexual, queer people. I've seen more of them on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, and various other social media outlets and blogs and your websites. I've seen more of them ready to get down with the get down than you so-called alpha male, masculine, you know, black warriors. You make me sick. Make a choice, fellas, make a choice. Because I've been accused of being a keyboard warrior. I've been accused of trying to incite violence. People have said, oh, well, why don't you go out there and do what Brother Cosmo and Brother Micah did? Why should I? Brother Micah went out there and did what he did. Where the fuck are us? Where are we? Brother Cosmo went out there and did what he did. Where was we? We created a hashtag, chopped it up a minute about it, and now hardly any of you even know who the fuck I'm talking about. And yet you want me to go out there by myself and die for you so that you can laugh at my hashtag and armchair quarterback after the fact while doing nothing to come behind me? Really? Do I look like a fool to you? I might look like one, but I'll be damned if I am one. To my dear sister Korryn, I salute you, sister. I salute you. This little bitty tiny sister who maybe was a Bill 20 all day soaking wet with water in her shoes had more guts, more balls than a lot of the dudes who were sitting here online armchair quarterbacking and judging her after the fact. She had more heart in her chest than you motherfuckers wish you had. That's what I have to say about my sister. I salute her 100% without reservation, without equivocation, unapologetically. I don't have to agree with the tactics that she used, and I'm not going to tell you whether I agree with it or not. I support her. I stand by her. And I salute her. I hope she doesn't rest. If she can hear me, if there's any way that there is a remnant of her left behind on this little blue dust ball and she can hear me, I hope she doesn't rest. I hope she exists like a needle in all of our minds, piercing right to the core, egging us on to stand up and resist. Because family, here's the goddamn secret no one wants to tell you. The moment you stand up and resist, you are free. Y'all been waiting on the race war to come so we can get free. Resist. Resist your oppressor. Resist being oppressed. And at that moment, you don't have to wait for freedom. You are free. I don't care how you choose to resist. I don't care if your resistance is non-violent or pro-violent. I don't give a damn if your method of resistance is through the pen or through the gun. I don't give a damn if your method of resistance is by cooking and cleaning and supporting the warriors or getting out there and being one of them. I don't give a damn how you choose to resist, but choose to resist or not resist. And make it clear where you stand. Make it clear. Because right now, I see through a lot of y'all's punk ass like glass. A lot of you dudes out there, I want to thank you. I personally want to thank you. Me, Mark Black, wants to thank you for all these little comments that you're making. Because I know now, and everybody else should know, that y'all the ones that have to be addressed before we can ever be free. I appreciate you're apologizing for you being a cop apologist, right? I appreciate you accepting the official narrative whole cloth. I appreciate you letting me know that your sister's black life didn't mean shit to you. I appreciate it. Thank you, because you're doing us a favor. Every single one of you, we see you. We see you. We see you. And make no mistake about it. It'll be addressed. So that's what I wanted to say in honor of my sister, in support of my sister, in standing up in solidarity with my sister. Queen, I salute you. My turn is coming. I'm coming right behind you, Korryn. I promise. I choose to resist. I'm coming right behind you, sister. It's your man, Mark Black. Just a brief mention before I close this one out of my new channel, The Master Race. Like I said, shit's gonna get worse before it gets better, but if we can't laugh a little bit, what the fuck is the point? I'll put a link to the channel in the description box down below. Please check it out. Laugh your asses off. I just posted another video this morning, and I think y'all gonna love it. Share this video, like it, give me a thumbs up. The trolls are gonna thumbs down me, so give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. I just recently broke 100 subs. I'm aiming for 1,000, and then after that, I'm aiming for 10. I want to get information out to as many of the family as I can. And it's all up to you. With all gratitude and all humility, I thank you for even taking the time to watch my videos. If you like what I do, even if you don't like what I do, even if you like, my beard or whatever, share it. You know what I'm saying? Give me a thumbs up, like it, and subscribe. Until next time, love, peace, prosperity, and power. Real power to my people.